working on the meadow the other day, and that went really well. I actually scheduled myself to paint for 3 hours, and I actually finished with 30 minutes to spare. And that was like me forgetting about the camera, forgetting about the timer. Like, I really had fun. So that was cool. I'm still not done with it, but it's looking a lot more the way I want it to. I just need to add more details in the foreground, but I have to wait for it to dry. I'm gonna start the room divider, but it's not gonna be interesting to watch because I just want to get the base color in, like the background color. So I'm just gonna be covering the whole thing in one color for now. I don't know if I'm going to get to the next step this week for that one. thought that would take longer. Should I go ahead and like do a little more? I thought I was just gonna do the background and come back in like next week and do kind of the shadows of the figures. But I do want to work wet in wet. So I just thought this would be a bigger job. Should I go ahead and do it? How long did that even take? Like 30 minutes, if that? I don't know what time I started. Okay. No way. An hour? Not like 5 minutes. Ooh, I don't know. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Gee, I know someone would be my hero if that someone were to go by her. I'm gonna do it. For the background color I used just zinc white, yellow ochre, mostly white obviously, and then I think, let me not get paint on my nose. I'm thinking for the shadow figures, I'm going to basically make the same mixture and add a little burnt sienna. I don't know if this burnt sienna is different, because I feel like I used one before this tube, and this is really only the second tube I've ever bought. And this one is like really orange, but I think that's exactly what I want. So I don't know if this is different. It's pigment PR101. It's Winsor & Newton burnt sienna. You know, everyone has their different compounds and mixtures, but yeah, this one's like really orange. Glad I got the big tube. That's a pretty stroke though. That's, wow, so smooth. So I actually have an update. When I first started doing these vlogs, I thought that my show was gonna be in the summertime, this June. We finalized some more details, and it's actually going to be closer to September, maybe October, which is good. I don't think I could have finished everything that I wanted to do before June. And even if I did, I think it would have looked rushed, and it's not the kind of work I want to be putting out. So I'm really glad I have more time. little wobbly. But I think this looks good. That looks really weird. Do I do more? It's kind of like sticky. I feel like maybe the nature of it, I need to work background to foreground. I also need a better brushy-outy brush, you know? I think I'm gonna stop. I feel like I should keep going. I think I'm in the I'm gonna mess up if I keep going territory. In case you didn't know, oil paint will not dry out in the fridge or the freezer. I used to use the freezer, but it took too long to defrost when I pulled it out, and I'm a little impatient. And you have to wait for, if you use the freezer, and you pull it out and don't give it time to acclimate, you're gonna deal with condensation, so water mixing with oil. Yeah. So now I use the fridge, and it seems to do the same thing. Anyway, put your paint in the fridge if you need to come back to it a few days from now. Do you know what I didn't think about? No, not that. That has to dry, and I don't know where to put it while it dries. I guess I could fold it, but I don't know, that seems a little risky. I could put it in the hallway. I'll do that. Okay. The next thing I want to do is start the sketch for the canvas I built last week. This is the one where you're looking in from the outside, through a window, through drawn curtains, with a warm lamp glow and a figure lounging on the couch, reading a book. I always wonder what I should do for atmospheric scenes like that, because like majority of the time, you know, we're usually like playing on our phones or watching TV, which isn't the most glamorous thing to paint, but it is real. And I guess every time I do a figure lounging, I have them reading a book, because it's like, I wish that I read more. That's actually also another aspect of this series, is painting scenes I wish I was in, you know? So as far as themes go, it's interesting I'm doing this room divider the same week as Through the Curtains. They're kind of two sides of the same coin, because, you know, this one, it's called Bystander, is from the viewer's vantage point. You are looking into a scene that you're not a part of, but it doesn't really feel like a negative point of view, because it's so full of life with more characters in it. There's less negative space, and even though it's a really monochrome piece, there's a little less room to breathe, because there's a lot of objects of interest in the painting. Whereas the Through the Curtains painting is the same point of view. You're looking into a scene that you're not a part of, and it's got the same like warm glow. This one's going to be a little bit more colorful, but there's only one figure in the scene. And so I think this one is going to feel a little bit more lonely. So it's kind of like these pieces mirror each other in that way. And one is a more hopeful side of the outsider looking in, and the other really emphasizes the outsider aspect and takes a more lonely approach to the concept. That's a lovely layout. I think I want to do a fancy couch. I don't like the box shape. I'm going to do some research.